Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank
so
you.
if everyone can please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Uniform personnel, present arms. And repeat after me. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Order, arms.
Okay.
And please be seated. Thank
Okay.
you.
I do an invitation.
Hello everyone, my name is Sergeant Cindy Bierce and I work at East LA Sheriff Station. I am in charge, I'm the Sheriff's Department liaison for the city of Cudahy and Maywood. Thank you very much. Most of you know me because I'm at all the city council meetings, all the city events, and I hope that you know that I'm approachable. If you have any problems or anything going on in the cities, I'm always available for you to speak to me about anything going on in both cities. I just wanted to welcome everyone. Thank you very much. Town hall meeting with the sheriff. We do a lot of neighborhood watch meetings in our city, small little neighborhood watch meetings, but a town hall with the sheriff I think is awesome and amazing that our department wanted to do that, so I'm really glad for that. And before we start, I wanted to call up and introduce the Executive Director of Communication, Elizabeth Espinoza.
Oh, okay, great. She said, you translate? I was like, man, speak Spanish too, which is great. So exciting to see you. I recognize you. How are you? Yes.
Good. How are you?
See that? News reporters, we're around all this
I'm her biggest fan.
Yo, you are the kindest. Well, thank you.
Oh, nice.
Listen,
All right.
at you.
Go, John.
So I'm so excited. Estoy tan contenta de estar con ustedes hoy. And I wanted to say that, so some of you might be like, where do I know her from? So Channel 5, right? And maybe Univision back in the day, Telemundo. Ocurrió así. ¿Quién veía ese show? ¿Se recuerdan? Bueno, pues.
My life's a TV show. I don't have time to watch.
Sé mucha gente que lo español. Eso, ya, es que ya el tiempo. Entonces, gracias por
Only the
estar aquí. Thank you for being here. I'm very excited. I just left KTLA to join the sheriff, Sheriff Villanueva, and I'm excited because
No
truthfully,
kidding.
we have a sheriff, truthfully, that cares about public safety. Cares about public safety more than he does about politics. And we know that everything, we gotta throw politics in everything, but it's really important that your public safety is of utmost importance, because at the end of the day, everybody needs to work together because we all live in the same community. So I'm very excited about the changes, and I'm here to help. And so thank you so much. You're going to have a great presentation tonight. Let's have a really honest and genuine conversation, because this is about meeting your needs. And we certainly are here to do that. And it was so great meeting elected officials here locally, so thank you. Algo rápido, no señora, perdóneme atrás. Bueno, muchas gracias y vamos a darle una presentación en el video también. Bueno, señorita Pierce.
Yes.
Gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we start the video, actually, we're going to show a video and then I'll introduce some of the council members. And
Of course. Hi. That's nice.
Okay, before we start the meeting, I wanted to thank the city of Cudahy for allowing us to have this meeting here. Because I work for city of Cudahy and Maywood, we thought it would be better to just have a joint meeting. I know that our regulars that come and Maywood came over here, so thank you to everybody that came from Maywood as well. And we have the Cudahy City, the mayor here, Jose Gonzalez, and councilmember Elizabeth Alcantara, and the city manager, for Maywood, we have the mayor, Eddie De La Riva, councilmember Ricardo Lara, councilmember back there, Carlos Alvarez, and our new city manager, Jennifer Vasquez. Thank you for coming.
Yay.
And then I just wanted to really quick just introduce our captain, Captain Ernie Chavez. He's right here, and all of our command staff.
Oh, new captain. All right. Nice to meet you.
And Sheriff Villanueva, please join us.
I'm going to try to be civil. Okay. Will you come to MacArthur Park and see where Mr. Mitchell was murdered? No?
Thank you, Sergeant Pierce.
All right.
Buenas noches todos. ¿Cómo están?
Very good.
Okay, bien. I want to thank everyone for being here. Thanks for the invitation to come to your fair community. We have Cudahy Maywood. How many are Maywood? Raise your hand. How many Cudahy? We've got half and half. Very good. Okay, I got a bunch of questions here. Okay, we kind of put them all together. If there are duplicates, obviously we're not going to do the same question over and over, but we'll cover them by category. And let me see, before I get into the question itself, I just want to say that on June 3rd, it'll be 6 months I've been in office. We've done a lot of things differently than the past.
Time for a
What we're
recall.
doing is we're hiring. We're back to hiring. We're hiring only locally. We're not hiring out of state. We're not hiring out of county. We're only hiring our local kids to grow up to become deputy sheriffs serving our own communities. That's very important because we want to bridge that gap between the community and the residents. No, estamos reclutando exclusivamente en el condado de Los Ángeles los que se crían aquí. No que vengan del extranjero, de otros estados, de otros condados, solamente los que son de aquí, residentes de aquí, del condado de Los Ángeles, son los que van a ser los alguaciles trabajando en sus comunidades, representando a ustedes, ofreciendo servicios de seguridad pública. Okay? And we have a new selection process for station captains where we're incorporating the local community in deciding who your chiefs of police are going to be. And we're using that throughout the county. But that means that he doesn't get to walk away. We still got time with Captain Chavez. Can't let him go. And so we're doing a lot of positive things. We're trying to make the deputy's job safer, your community safer. We're trying to do both things at once. It's not an easy task because there's a lot of competing interests. Some of those interests have a lot of political connotations attached to them, as evidenced by where we're at today. So let me go through the questions one by one, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. Let's figure it out, and we'll get back to you. Okay? So you have my best response. Here's the first one. Why have you put the citizens in harm's way by removing ICE from our county jails?
Yes.
Very good question.
It is a good
Answer
one.
is, when I was sworn in as sheriff of Los Angeles County, I took an oath of office. And that oath of office is to provide public safety to Los Angeles County. Not a portion of Los Angeles County, not to a group of people in Los Angeles County, but to every single person who's standing in Los Angeles County. That's 10 million people. That includes almost 1 million undocumented residents. And believe it or not, the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of California, in all case law derived since then, says that every single person has a protection of our Constitution. And
That's not true. Not true. It's a compact with citizens.
cada persona es digno de recibir la seguridad pública, de que su seguridad personal sea protegido por el Departamento del Alguacil. Es un derecho reservado exclusivamente por la Constitución de los Estados Unidos y del Estado de California. So, what happens when we don't protect? Say we have ICE working in the jails, and we have, say, deputies working with ICE.
Yes.
Local law enforcement will then be perceived to be, and rightfully so, an extension of immigration enforcement. That job belongs to the federal government.
Bullshit.
It does not belong to state government. It does not belong to municipal government or county government. That is a unique function of the federal government.
Yes.
And it will remain that way. By the same token, where the federal government does not enforce state and local law is not going to be designed, local resources will not be enforcing federal law. And the downside, if we get mixing the two, is that local people are going to be afraid to approach law enforcement.
Bullshit.
That's a big problem.
Bullshit.
Well, we have some hard facts.
Bullshit.
Okay?
Sorry.
In the last year, since 2017, since President Trump took office, and we go by the year 2018, 2018, we had a 12% increase in one category of violent crime, which is forcible rape.
Sad.
However, we pulled 3 patrol stations that have the highest number of undocumented residents in their station jurisdiction out of that list, and we examined that same category of forcible rape.
What does it matter?
It dropped 8%. So the county rose 12%, that category dropped 8%. That is known as the Trump effect. When people are
What?
afraid to approach local enforcement for fear, this can involve deportation, either themselves or a
No.
loved one in their household.
No way. It's a lie.
Very solid corroboration. It has been done, study after study.
Nope.
This is not refutable anymore. It's not
Lie.
hypothetical.
Hell
It's
no.
reality. Why does this concern us? Because a 1% drop in reporting of forcible rape in Los Angeles County, that equates to 350 rapes that were not reported. 350 violent sexual predators will walk in our streets.
No.
So you ask yourself, how safe would you be in that situation? Now multiply 350 by 8.
I would be safe with them working with ICE.
That's quite a bit. That's quite a big number, right? That's 24. That's 20, I think 2,900. How safe do you think you are if you have that many rapes that go unreported? That is the danger of local law enforcement being confused with federal agencies.
No, they're not reported. Illegals are leaving. That's why the crime goes down. I feel more
That
safe
is
with
the main
ICE.
reason. In fact, that was the reason why 40 years ago, almost, Daryl Gates, of all people, initiated Special Order Number 40
Okay.
in the LAPD. This is back in the late 70s. He had the foresight back in those days to realize that local law enforcement has to be involved only in local law enforcement, not federal immigration enforcement.
What?
That might not be an issue in another state. Let's pick on, I don't know, Montana, Wyoming, but in Los Angeles County, it has grave consequences that puts everybody in danger.
Isn't that racist?
Hopefully that answered that question.
No, it didn't. Nope.
Now,
DeAndre here was killed by an illegal.
now here we have another question.
He wasn't safe, now was he?
Last year's tax on election day. I'm not sure what they meant by that one. Eden Inaworodo?
Okay.
El apellido es Enamorado? Oh, that's an interesting last name.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fake.
Si vuelve, nos avisa. All right. Now we got next one. This one's in Spanish. No están cuidando bien los sheriffs. No contestan en español en la estación. No quieren hacer reportes. Yo tuve que ir a Bell para que me hicieran caso. Well, this person who wrote this question, I know you're here tonight. We want to hear about it. Every single report. ¿Fue usted, señora?
Can you give the question in English?
Queremos saber qué tipo de crimen fue y vamos a arreglar el asunto. Es una obligación de cada capitán de cada estación del alguacil que tengan una persona hispanoparlante trabajando en el escritorio.
Pero no quieren, señor, no quieren contestar en español y se burlan de la comunidad.
Pues
Okay.
eso queremos saber los detalles.
They don't
Right?
want to. What was the question in English?
What's the translation mean?
Translation in English is that we're not being taken care of well by the sheriffs. They're not answering in Spanish at the station, and they don't want to make reports, so I had to go to another city so they would pay attention to me.
You should come to Torrance.
So the point is, we take serious all reports and all complaints. I don't care what language it comes in. We even have a translation service on our 911 system where you call in a different language. We'll find that language for you, and we can do it over the phone even. Okay? So we definitely want to make sure everyone is aware of this. So it could be Mandarin, it could be Tagalog, Spanish, French, doesn't matter. You call,
Swedish?
we'll get that. We do that too.
Swedish?
Mhm. Okay.
Fair enough.
Señora, usted hable con el capitán Chávez antes de ir esta noche.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that covers that. Let's see. Here's another one. This is a good one. Illegal cannabis shops. What are you going to do about this? Well, that's a big problem.
Start with Cudahy.
That's a big problem throughout the entire county.
Yep.
In fact, throughout the entire state.
Yep.
This problem's not going to go away. With the legalization of marijuana, it's kind of emboldened some of the illegal operations. So we're working hard to support the legal operations to make sure they're licensed and they're
That is
compliant with the state and
crazy.
local ordinances.
Legalization
We wanna
has
put the
made
illegal
more
ones out of business.
illegal.
We have to know about it. We have a dedicated crew at our narcotics bureau that is doing that. They're kind of overwhelmed though by the sheer size of it.
Yep.
Because we legalized it in one sense, it kind of gave the idea that, oh, it's okay everywhere. It's not.
That's right.
If you're not following the letter of the law, your problem, your community, we want to know about it. So make sure you let us know the location and where, and we can shut them down. We have a lot of new ways to shut them down that didn't exist before. One of them is utilities. Tough to grow this stuff without water or electricity. So we'll be creative, right? So let us know about it. We'll take care of it.
What if they're
It'll take us a
undocumented?
while to get up to speed though, because of the sheer size of the problem, but we're getting there. And for your local municipality, if you have an ordinance, a cannabis ordinance, we're gonna support whatever that is, that the local city wants. Okay, and it's up to the city based on the state law. Okay, when will you host a town hall in Lawndale, Wiseburn, closer to the South Bay? We are going to do that. We're gonna be down there. Okay, I made one pit stop down there during the campaign, and he was there.
Yes, I was.
And we'll be back in the neck of the woods sometime this year. All right. Point is, we want to make a visit to every single community in the county.
Mhm.
It's a big county, so give me a little time to work my way around the county.
Yeah. We've had
Vamos a estar
4 murders
visitando cada una de
in the
las
South Bay.
comunidades
4.
En el condado de Los Ángeles.
We've had 4 shootings in our region. Very serious.
Our contract.
Yep.
Law enforcement services, we have 42 cities, and we have
Actually 5.
190 unincorporated communities that we provide law enforcement services to. So it's a big number. But we will get there to everyone. We'll consolidate them where we can, but we will get there. Un poco de paciencia y vamos a llegar ahí.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Police officer pulled over my husband, asked the last time he's been arrested, if he pays his bills, and where he's coming from. That's harassment. Well, at face value, what you're looking like, what you wrote down here does sound like harassment, but we need to know more. We need to know more about the context of it. Is a person under supervised release, parole, probation? Is a person known to the deputy or not? There's a lot of other things that we need to know. So let's have this conversation offline, all right? And we'll get that, we'll get down to the basics. The point is, I don't want any deputy mistreating any member of the community. We do have to interact with members of the community, and sometimes we have to interact with people most people would rather not ever have to talk to. We have to talk to them. So we have to do the job judiciously, we have to be fair, we have to be ethical, we have to treat everybody with dignity and respect. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but if we're slipping, we need to know about it. To make sure that young deputies get the right message, that we have to treat people the right way.
That's right.
It's the golden rule. Treat others the way you expect to be treated. I agree with you.
So if I have a wall, please don't break into my home.
Okay. Me da gusto contar con el sheriff en nuestra ciudad de Cudahy, siendo que es más seguro nuestra comunidad, pero siempre contemos con esta seguridad en nuestra comunidad de Cudahy. Okay, this lady is saying that she's happy that she can count on the sheriffs in our city of Cudahy. She feels safer if she can always count on us to keep us safe in Cudahy. Well, that's our job. If we're not doing our job, you gotta let us know. Okay, by all means.
That's right.
That is our job. Es nuestra obligación. También es parte de mi juramento.
Mm-hmm.
Y mantener la seguridad.
Wow, he's choking up. I don't know why. Maybe he's nervous.
Me seca la garganta. Perdón. Sorry about that. No, that's our job. Keep everybody safe. And if we're slipping in any way, let us know.
Yes.
All right. Another good one. Why did you rehire deputies, personnel that had been let go prior to your term? Especially since they were let go for misconduct.
Yes.
Good question. Simple answer. When we fire people, when we discharge people, we have to make sure we do it in the right way legally. We can't conceal evidence. We can't conceal exculpatory information. We have to have everything on the table so the Civil Service Commission can make a just decision.
Right.
When we cut corners, it costs us 10 times as much. Because if we do a wrongful termination, that person's coming back with a lawsuit. And we're not gonna hide the misconduct of previous administrations. We're gonna lay all the cards on the table.
Okay.
These were the decisions that were made. This is the evidence that was used. Your Honor, you decide. Problem is, every time they come back on a wrongful termination lawsuit, it costs us, I'm being generous by saying 10 times that are conservative, 10 times as much, could be far worse. We have to be able to sustain the decision. We have to have evidence-based decision making. And this is where we went wrong a long time ago. For the past 5-6 years, I'm not picking on just the past administration, the one that preceded it as well. Because when you make bad employment decisions, or you decide to put everybody under investigation, you can't. You don't have the resources to do that. You run out of time. And there's a time period of 1 year by law that you have to investigate employee misconduct and then make a decision. If you don't do it within the year, your statute of limitation expired. Even if you think the person is guilty of it, you can't do anything about it because the clock ran out. We had the clock running out on dozens of cases right now because they overloaded the system with cases. So what are we doing? We're trying to get rid of the low-level cases that are not serious misconduct. There may be training issues that can be resolved with lesser discipline. Or in a lot of cases, the person's already resigned. They're retired, and we're still investigating an issue. The person's gone. Or somebody was discharged for another case, and we're still investigating another case. Why? I can only fire a person one time. I can't fire him twice. So we're just being smart with our resources to make sure we have the time, the energy, and the resources to make sure that the right people are terminated for the right reasons and not the wrong people. And that's the case we're in today. Y la traducción en español es, tenemos que hacer lo justo con la evidencia que tenemos en nuestra posesión. Muchas decisiones en el pasado fueron hechas a base de agendas y no de evidencia. Y ahora tenemos la obligación de representar y defender esas decisiones del pasado, no son defensibles. A lot of these decisions from the past are not defensible in court, and they're going to fall apart. So the question is, do you want to lose small or do you want to lose big? This is just financial consideration. But the bottom line is we have to be a fair employer. We have to make sure that no one who is guilty of misconduct is out there on the streets protecting you.